Hello, welcome to Football Fever, week number 2, Class 3A and Class 1A. I'm Alan Mandel, sports editor of the Killeen Daily Herald, and I'm joined by our two high school football experts, Clay Whittington and Albert Alvarado. And let's get right at it. Albert, Joey McQueen, he does it again. You can tell us a little bit more. You've written so well about Coach McQueen and his ability to turn around programs in the past. Game 1 at Florence, he pulls off the W, and now this week, another big game against Gerald. Your thoughts?
Not only pulling off the W, but doing so in decisive fashion against Rosebud Lott, a team that Florence lost to a year ago. When I was at practice earlier this week, I actually saw a lot of smiles, a lot of confidence going on that football team, which, something maybe that hasn't been around, in Florence in a while, certainly since 2001, the last time they made the playoffs. They're going to up against Gerald. It's crazy. These schools are less than 15 miles apart, but this is the first time they play each other in 6 years. So it's I guess Joey McQueen did say Florence has a rival at Gerald because they're so close. But what impressed me about Florence is the way that they won against Lott, the slot T offense, and just kind of wearing your opponent down, running nearly 80 plays, and eventually breaking through. In the fourth quarter, they scored 31 points, and that really kind of, put Rosebud Lott down. That was kind of the knockout blow. And when you have three guys rushing or almost three guys, you had two guys rushing over 100 yards, one at 99. That makes, I know it's hard to believe, I was an offensive lineman, that makes the big guys happy. So it's going to be interesting. It'll be great to watch how the Buffs kind of progress as the year goes on.
Thank you, Albert. And Clay, Richland Springs at Lomita. Week 1 was a little rough for Lomita. How do you see him doing this week?
Yeah, it's going to be another rough one for him probably. I mean, Richland Springs always at the top of the heap when it comes to 6-man football, and this year's no different. They're ranked number 1 in Division 2 right now, so Lomita's going to have their hands full. Took a tough loss last week, but I think this whole season is going to be kind of a progression. I mean, they're going to try and slowly improve each year. Kind of like we mentioned last week, this is their 4th head coach in 4 years. Mm-hmm. There's been zero continuity at that school for the past 4 years. So they're really learning how to play as a team. They're learning how to kind of unify as a team. And even though the final scores might not reflect it this week, especially playing such a tough Coyotes team. But I think they are kind of developing what they want, the continuity within the team, and they have, like we said before, they have a long time until district when games actually start counting. Mm-hmm. So right now it's just a matter of progressing, and we'll see how much they've progressed when they play the number 1 team in the state this week.
Okay. Thank you, Clay. Thank you, Albert. And thank you for joining us for Football Fever. We'll see you right here next week for week number 3.